Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gen X Dad and his Gen Z Teens podcast. I'm your host and resident old guy, and today is a special episode. Today, I'm going into full dad lecture mode. Sit down and get comfortable, because this is an important message for my kids and for all the parents and teens listening at home. Today, we're talking about a very heavy truth. We're talking about the inevitable moment when life decides to test every single value you hold dear. We all start our journey with a clear set of beliefs. We build a foundation of values that we think will guide us safely through the years. Now, think about when you were young. You're building your foundation. You have your digital worlds and your curated feeds and your absolute certainty about how the world works. It feels incredibly comforting to know exactly where you stand. You know where you stand on honesty. You know where you stand on loyalty. You know what justice means to you and your generation. It feels like those pillars are made of solid concrete. You assume they will always remain completely untouched by the chaos of the real world. I remember being your age back in the day. I wore flannel shirts and listened to cassette tapes and thought I had everything entirely figured out. I thought my principles were bulletproof. But there comes a moment for every single person when you realize this certainty is just a beautiful illusion. Life is a very funny way of bringing us face to face with situations that test every single thing we hold sacred. It is never a question of whether these challenging moments will arrive. It's only a matter of when they will appear at your doorstep. Let's look at some real-world examples. For you teens listening, it might happen at school or in your group chats. You might find yourself in a situation where standing up for what is right means getting completely ostracized by your friend group. You might have to choose between keeping a very dark secret for a best friend and doing what you know is morally required to get them the help they need. That is a terrifying place to be. For the Gen X parents listening in the car or at the gym right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You might face a defining moment at your job. You might realize that telling the truth could cost you a promotion or maybe your entire career. You might have to choose between providing financial security for your family and maintaining your own professional integrity. These difficult crossroads are not rare exceptions to the rule. They're not mistakes. They're the fundamental reality of human existence. The universe seems perfectly designed to apply maximum pressure exactly where we feel most secure. Our initial reaction is almost always deep resistance. My kids, they know I get frustrated when minor things go wrong. We all hate things that disrupt our comfort zones. We fight against the unfairness of being placed in such complicated positions. We look around and wonder why we cannot just live quietly, according to our principles, without being dragged into messy and painful compromises. This friction causes immense internal pain. Why does it hurt so deeply? Well, it hurts because our personal identity is completely tied to our core values. You think you are the most honest person in the room or the most loyal friend in the world. When the world demands that you bend your rules, you fear that you might completely break. We desperately search for an easy way out that simply does not exist. We want a quick fix. But life does not offer quick fixes for genuine moral dilemmas. Reaching a state of genuine acceptance changes everything. I want my kids to hear this clearly and take it to heart. Acceptance does not mean giving up on what you believe is right. It does not mean you sell out or lower your standards. It means acknowledging that friction is a necessary part of personal growth. When you finally understand that your values are actually meant to be tested, you stop seeing these challenges as cruel punishments. Instead, you view them as the intense heat that temper steel. You begin to expect the unexpected. You meet the friction with a calm readiness rather than resentful surprise. You stop asking, why me, and start asking, what is this trying to teach me? Ultimately, a tested value is far stronger than an untested one. When you navigate the muddy waters of a real moral dilemma, you learn exactly who you really are deep down. You discover the boundaries of your grace and the depth of your courage. Life will absolutely challenge you on everything you hold sacred. It is going to happen to my kids, and it is going to happen to all of you listening out there. Embracing this profound truth allows you to walk forward with a quiet confidence and an open heart, ready for whatever comes next. I want to thank you for listening. This has been the Gen X Dad and his Gen Z teens, and we'll be back next week. Until then, stay strong and keep growing.